right. So if you've got 5 kind of different stages for a newbie going into a new organization as boots on the ground actually doing it, what kind of 5 steps would you suggest that they focus on?
So we've pretty much covered the first 2, but I'll name them again. The discussions, intros, kind of like sharing knowledge, talking about ITAM, that first, phase of finding out how the business works. That would be number 1. Number 2 would be around the roadmap, policy, processes, kind of developing what the backbone should be. Number 3, I would say inventory and discovery, to know what you have, where it is, what's being installed and used on what, all of the above. Everything else is bonus. Cloud, all of that is bonus. Next would be to tie up your contracts and financial information to those licenses or installs or devices, so you know how much you've spent on ITAM, where it is and how it's been used. So that's number 4, and number 5 would be anything beyond. So that's all the extra value, added value stuff.
Dude, you make it sound so easy.
Yeah, but you need a team and it'll take you years. No, I'm joking. I could say though, to be honest with you, ITAM, and you know this very well, it's really entwined with so many other functions in a business, and there's so many different practices. It's time consuming, it's expensive when done right. It's not a project we do once and then you just, you're done with it. It's something that needs to be kind of nurtured, evolved, tweaked. It changes constantly, but it can provide you with so much value, and give you so many opportunities to make savings or to change things and make data-driven decisions. That I think it's really one of the best practices around, one of the best functions around, which is why we're doing it. But it can provide huge benefits, short-term, long-term, and it really does need to be, recognized, the wider community as an integral part of IT. I'll end it on that one.
You mentioned stage 5 there being the kind of like the anything else, the additional extras, the continued benefits that ITAM could bring. Because let's face it, you kind of summarized it nicely. ITAM doesn't have an expiry date.
No.
It's forever. Like you said, it's evolving. You never finish an ITAM implementation. It just doesn't happen. So you mentioned, the part 5 bit, the any other business, the additional value. What about like your maturity stuff? Is that something that you like to do within your organization? Is it something you see value in? Do you redo it every 6 months or so? What's your standing on maturity assessments?
So I'd say if you have the capability or the knowledge to roughly, and I say guesstimate where within a maturity scale you are, that should be enough at the beginning. But if you're not, you're new, there's so many different things going on. If you can actually go out and get consultancy for a maturity assessment from someone like David, then it is probably very worthwhile. Not only will it tell you where you stand, what you're lacking. There's so much going on that you don't want to be the only person shouting. You want to have things to back it up. You want to have something on pen and paper to show people, where the issues are, what the concerns are, and what you can do to change it, what you can do to kind of solve this short-term, long-term. But yeah, it is very, I'd say it's early stage. You wouldn't want to do it midway. It's probably best to do a maturity assessment right at the beginning, and then maybe towards the end of your roadmap, to then help you write a new roadmap for the next year or 5 years. But it is very useful. I recommend it completely. Kind of did our own, but it does. No, you can snip that.
No,
it does help. Kind of show senior leadership. What we need, what we're lacking.
Absolutely, dude. I think it might be slightly different for being a consultant that charges like a day rate or a statement of work, or specific deliverables, but maturity assessments and gap analysis for me kind of justify the spend that an organization has made on me personally and on ITAM. Obviously being like, you know, you're a permie, boots on the ground, you have less need to kind of prove as to why you're there almost, because they know why they need you. You're a permanent employee, you know, they've invested that in you anyway. But yes, great benchmark to say, blow your own horn, right? This is where we were when we started. This is where we are now. Aren't we amazing? Isn't ITAM just brilliant? Look at all these stakeholders we've improved the lives for. Look at the customer service that we've increased around hardware, software, SaaS, cloud, whatever.
Yeah, the only other thing that could probably top it is if I walked in with a t-shirt and your face on it.
Well, I mean, don't go putting ideas in my head.
That would be great. With all the benefits on a screen on the wall. That would be great.
I mean, giving me ideas now. Last question.
Go for it.
Why do you like ITAM? What is it about it that you enjoy so much?
Problem solving. Being told from the Myers-Briggs test kind of things that we did in the past, from business psychology, that I'm very intuitive. So it's sometimes I come to a conclusion, hard for me to explain how I got there. I really like problem solving, and then trying to, you know, jot it down as to where I got this from, how I've done it. I very much enjoy it. And everyone who knows me knows that I like to write. So if I say I'm writing up a little summary, it's not little. It will be bedtime reading. If I'm writing an internal document, it's, you know, 10 pages. I think that's my main reason. I'm pretty much a problem solver, and I like that sort of thing.